Welcome to the Slackin podcast. We're your hosts. I am Crawler, and I'm joined here today with Goody and Glizzy. Welcome, boys.
Hello, guys.
So, I guess we could probably start like a normal podcast instead of jumping right in. You all doing good? Have a good week? Good Friday?
I mean, yeah.
All right. No.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Easy. Off to a great start.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I mean,
I recently found out, or at least I think I found out, what the big lump in my hand is.
there's a lump in your hand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, the weird like lump that just formed on like my pinky.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
It's not cancer. Cross that one off the list.
No, if it's what I think it is, it's not cancerous, but it is a cyst, which is gross to think about. That's what this is. So there's to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, on like the top of my metacarpal pinky bone, like up there towards the top of it, there's just like a weird mass that's just under the skin that like originally I thought was like part of that bone just like protruding because it was in a weird spot, and I was like, what the hell? But then I looked at my knuckle and I was like, oh, I mean, well, it's fine. It looks like the other one and there's nothing out of place. So what the hell was that? And I've had it for not like a long time, but like a good few months. And I just never knew what it was. And it didn't bother me or start seriously bothering me until just recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess finally told my mom about it. I thought I showed it to her like when I first saw it, but apparently I didn't. And a few days ago was the first time she ever saw it. And she was just like, what the hell is that? So she looked it up, and well, just from looking it up, we think it's a certain kind of cyst. I forget what kind of cyst it's called. It's got a weird name.
Well, it's not going to be ovarian cyst, but you know.
Here, it's called a ganglion cyst.
Oh, okay.
Also called a Bible
Sounds
cyst.
like a Pokemon.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to. You gotta hit it with a Bible.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know
away.
exactly. I know exactly why it's called that now, because me and my mom looked it up, and it's an old home remedy to get rid of these.
You smack it with a Bible.
Hit it with a book. And the most common book people have lying around their houses is going to be a Bible, or at least thick book.
So now we're obligated to.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't know it was called that, but I knew about the thumping technique. That made me and my mom almost throw up when we were reading about it, dude. We were like, "Wait, you hit it with a book and pop it?" Like,
all right, Brandon. You know what we gotta do? We gotta walk over there and beat his hand with a book.
We gotta protect the homie. Literally, we gotta save the homie.
We gotta go over there with a book and beat him with it. That's.
Oh my god!
Or we can grab one of the books. We can get the Marvel Encyclopedia we have. That's a heavy book.
I will defend myself with my Hydra Peak bottle full of water.
And then we'll take the bottle and beat his hand with it.
I like how that's your first go-to item of protection. Not one of your weapons.
Thing closest to my bed right now, that if I were to pick it up with two fingers and hit you across the face with it, it would probably knock you out.
Right.
Straight metal.
We gotta bring Cloud along. He'll
it's a
pin you down.
32-ounce bottle full of water.
We'll just have to grab, one of us will have to grab his arms, one of us will have to grab his legs, pin him down, and then beat his hand with the book.
Oh, I've got a story actually about that.
Pinning people down and beating them with books?
No. You know my mom, and you know that she's an absolute sweetheart. Like, she's an amazing person.
She went out of her way to beat you with a book?
No. It doesn't have to do with beating me. But this has something to do with hitting people across the mouth with a big metal object.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom was in like elementary school or like middle school, somewhere around that age, her and her friend at the time, Christy, were like walking home, and I guess like they got into an argument, and this was like the one and only time my mom ever tried to start a fight. One and only time she ever did. And she was like calling her friend like slur, or not like slurs, but like names. She wasn't like
calling them slurs.
They were both white, so it's not like there's really any slurs that she could call her that would make her feel bad. But she did like call her names, unless you count like shitty middle schooler insults a slur.
Oh, you trapezoid.
I would just call them an insult.
Hot dog water.
But not shit like that. But I mean, like she was actually calling her like a bitch and
yeah,
whatever. And
the ones that you're not supposed to say in middle school.
Well, and you know, back then in the 80s, they didn't have like a zip up fucking lunchbox. No, they had the metal bitches that would lock together.
Them, you know, the construction worker lunchboxes.
So my mom was trying to square up with her friend, and this girl just turned around and hit my mom in the fucking mouth with this metal lunchbox. And to this day, a side of my mom's mouth droops lower than her other side. Not very much, so it's not like noticeable. But if you really kind of study her mouth, you'll see it. If you pay attention, you'll see her one part of her mouth is actually like lower than the other. Just like the actual mouth, not like her whole face.
Kind of like Stallone, you know.
Not even like Stallone. Stallone looks more like he had a stroke. And it's like half of his face looks like
he didn't have a stroke, but I think it's from getting beat.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a stroke. That's just his face. But I'm saying that's more what he looks like. With my mom, it just looks like
just slightly off.
With her normal resting face, like the left corner of her mouth is just slightly lower than the other side.
Man, that's.
And it's because of that, years ago.
Lasting permanent damage, being beat in the face with a metal construction worker lunchbox.
They're still friends. And they continued to be friends. Because that was the one fight my mom ever tried to start, and she immediately regretted it. It was like, yeah, that was stupid anyways. It was over something stupid.
You know, I can't wait to beat one of you guys with a metal lunchbox and still call friendship, you know?
True homie moment.
Dude, I came into this podcast absolutely blasted with adrenaline because
why?
Because you know how I've been playing Dark Souls 3 and I've been stuck on the Nameless King for like months now.
Oh yeah, did you finally beat it?
I finally beat him like 2 hours ago. And I mean, I got up and I threw my hat, I yelled, Mom got scared. And then I proceeded to the DLC and beat 2 bosses in a row. It's just all flowing to my nuts right now.
Oh, dude, just maximum erection achieved.
Mm-hmm. And then yesterday I was stuck on 3 bosses in Elden Ring and I beat all 3 of them. So I'm riding a high like no tomorrow. I gotta find. There's gonna be a guy in Dark Souls 3. He's gonna put me in my place. I'm gonna cry, but I mean. That was the freaking Nameless King. He did that to me. I definitely took more than 40 tries on that guy. Oh,
Jesus Christ, dude! I don't think I would ever have the patience to try to beat a boss.
I was too stubborn to quit. What happened? Like, I mean, there's times where close.
Like, There's times where I'm like stubborn enough to not like quit on something, for sure. But I mean, I'm not Dark Souls committed.
Yeah, because I kept seeing progress, so I was like, more.
I was gonna say, like, if y'all were like excited, or even wanted me to play more Dark Souls, I don't know if it would really happen. Just
I
because
can take over. I'll do it.
I was gonna say, I mean, somebody who's way better at the game can probably just take over, because I mean, it's probably not gonna be that entertaining to watch somebody like me play, unless you're just in it to watch me fail.
To watch someone have a horrible time and get angry.
For the failure. Unless you are in it for the failure,
I get angry at this game extremely fast.
Keep playing the game. But if y'all are actually just wanting like funny commentary over
somewhat okay
gameplay of somebody who knows what they're doing, and maybe somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, just asking questions for the dumb people in our viewership who has not played Dark Souls.
Yeah, the squad gamers. Those ones that aren't a part of the hostile group known as the Dark Souls Committee. Or community, I should say.
There's a committee?
There's a whole round table full of knights.
Still intact. And their sanity.
I don't need sanity where I'm going.
Would you like to tell me where you're going?
Well, uploading. Gonna be sitting at my desk for hours editing 5 videos.
I want to see how crazy the Dark Souls speedrunning community is.
Dude, it is nuts.
I want to see what fucking nutcases are lurking about on that part of the internet.
I'm gonna link you a video of a guy who goes through Dark Souls and he only uses shields. And in Dark Souls, it's quite difficult to do damage with shields because they usually don't do enough damage. It's just it's painful because you go through it. The viewers will hear a little like a startup sound. Oopsies.
That's fine. Adds flavor.
Yeah, but basically he goes through and beats the entirety of Dark Souls 3 with shields only, and he abuses the hell out of bugs and stuff for it.
Well, I mean, you'd have to.
Yeah, but he still legitimately beats the bosses with the shield alone.
Right.
I mean, he does it for Dark Souls Remastered, he does it for Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2. And then he has other ones which are kind of similar, where he uses the crossbow only and a hex one, which like...
Yeah, but like, I want to see like a full run of somebody doing like a no hit run.
I think there is. Hold on.
Oh, I know there is, because I know there are people crazy enough to try to do that shit. Because once a speedrunner gets to a certain level of skill, there's like it caps out at what they can do. So what do? They make it infinitely harder on themselves.
Yeah, they blindfold themselves.
I was gonna say, like take for instance Super Mario 64 blindfold speedrunning. Only up until recently was all 120 levels played blindfolded or mapped blindfolded by a guy. And now I think there's only like maybe 2-3 people who have actually mapped that much of the game in their fucking head.
Mm-hmm.
Along with whatever tricks they use for blind speedrunning, like using audio cues and setups that will pretty much yield the same result every time. That they can do just based on muscle memory. That's basically the whole core of blind speedrunning, is setups that will basically guarantee an outcome and audio cues. And the 2 main levels of Super Mario 64 that were like the final 2 to ever get mapped were Dire Docks and I don't remember what the name of the level, but it's the lava one with that's in the fire painting in the basement of the castle.
Oh yeah,
the money.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that place, that fire level, and the reason why, you could probably tell why with the fire level, because there's no fucking walls, and a lot of the time their setups have to like they use the audio cues of Mario. Like scooting across the wall, and then like using however many times he's scooting, and using the music of the level to actually try to time what cycle the map is in. Like it's really crazy the kind of shit going through these people's heads while they're blindfolded playing this shit. It's not like they're just remembering where to go. They're just they've got so many crazy techniques that they're utilizing along with muscle memory and knowledge of the game. And what made all of the stars in Dire Docks so hard was the same thing, audio cues. And when you're swimming against a wall, Mario doesn't make an audio cue. It just sounds like he's swimming.
Yeah, he just sort of swims against the wall.
So you could be swimming against the wall and not hear it. So that was the very last level of Super Mario 64 to ever get mapped blindfolded, because it was so fucking difficult.
Yeah, well, like, there's a guy I watch on YouTube by the name of Lil Aggie. He's the world record holder, I believe, for Sekiro, because he has beaten the game. Jesus. He has beaten the game in 19 minutes and 50 seconds. He shaved 3 seconds off his former world record run. And he does these challenges whenever he plays. So he has one where obviously he beat Sekiro blindfolded. Then he went, he beat Sekiro without using his actual sword. The only weapon you can really use besides the ninja tools.
Right. How, though?
I have no clue. I mean, okay, so basically the way you can do it without using your sword is when in Sekiro you have like these little consumable things that are in your top left corner where your health bar is, or like it's near the health bar or it's above it. I can't remember. I haven't played Sekiro in a while. But it's like they're like charges for how many times you can use your ninja tools. And you're with your fake arm, you've got like an axe ninja tool, you've got a flamethrower, a spear, and shurikens you can throw. I believe he went through the game and just used the shurikens and the axe when he could, and just sort of did the little bits of damage he could. And I don't know, I can't remember if he went in and used the sword to kill the bosses, like their little final attack thing that you have to do, the kill shot.
Right.
Or he just killed them using the tool still. But it's just nuts. I mean, he went on a whole new Steam account, bought Sekiro, did a speed run, so beat it in like 35 minutes, and then refunded it because Steam's whole like policy is it's refund 2 hours after you've beaten the game. Like, not beaten, but like played the game. So like, if you have the game and you're playing it, you can refund it, but only for 2 hours after you've purchased it. There we go. So he went to speedrun it, complete it, and then he got his money back. Like, okay.
Don't touch grass, dude.
And then he
fucking crazy.
And, after the blindfold thing, he ramps it up. He has a person mod the game for him that he's constantly taking poison damage. Permanently. You die in 25 seconds with full poison damage in Sekiro. I don't know. I don't know how he does these things. These speedrunners are just on the top of their game. It's a level I'll never be able to hope to achieve.
One of the if not the predominant blindfold speedrunner in Mario 64 right now, Bubzia.
Mm-hmm.
He can literally legitimately beat the game, get a 70-star run faster than I can beat the game looking at it. That dude could beat the fucking game blindfolded with 70 stars faster than I could probably beat the game with the minimum required, which is I don't know, what, 32?
I think so.
Something like that. To get to the final Bowser, that's fucking crazy to me, dude.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Literally 70 stars in I don't know, like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Dude,
what a fucking legend. Speedrunners, they are literally like just inhuman.
They're quite literally a different breed.
And they're quite honestly the most interesting community on the internet probably to date, in my opinion. Because the shit that they do sometimes in finding their skips are insane. The SpongeBob one I told you about is like the main example I can think of where speedrunners found a fucking found a way to better speedrun the game by not even anything that has to do with the game itself, but rather the disc that the game is being read on. This dude, yeah, so here, this guy literally posted a speed run of SpongeBob, which SpongeBob game was like the predominant one that wasn't based on any.
It was like Truth or Square or something like that, or Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's what it is.
Yeah, Truth or Square
Battle
is like free for gold.
And Battle for Bikini Bottom, this guy posted a speed run to that like speedrunning forum, and people were calling him out because of a pause buffering glitch he was doing, which he was doing really consistently, and people were like, how the fuck is this guy doing that without cheating? There was a there was a pause buffer glitch in the game, but it was only it only worked on, I believe, consoles with older disk drives. So
how would you even figure that out?
With extensive research. So with the Xbox 360, like the life of the Xbox 360, during its manufacturing, there were 4 different companies that produced the disk drive. One of which was actually Samsung. And what they found out was that they narrowed this guy's system down to like what exactly he had in his system. And what he had was one of the Samsung drives. But there are two separate versions of the Samsung drives, which some came out in 2002, some came out in like 2003 or something like that. And he had like whichever one came out before. But here's the interesting thing. So that's not what makes the glitch happen. It wasn't at all what drive disk drive they had, but it was what disk drive they had in the console, plus a gunk on the fucking disk.
What? Just it's poorly reading the disk as well. So it's like it's
so
an
this
old
is how
disk
they figured this out.
And poorly.
This is how they figured this out. Basically, the newer disk drives would load the game faster and get rid of the time wasted from load times.
Yeah,
but the problem with that is that it was so fast and optimized compared to the older disk drives that it didn't allow for consistent usage of the pause buffer glitch, which used to skip a lot of time in the game. Now, this guy had one of the disk drives that runs the game faster, but he was consistently doing these buffers, and people were like, how is he doing this on this version of the game if it's loading that fast? Like that's how we got a really fucking good time instead of record.
He just has his mic turned off because he's just constantly screaming as he's spamming a button.
A bunch of people on Discord came together and like, put all of this shit research and info together and shit. And someone found out, like someone just tested what would happen if they made the disk like dirty. So they dirtied up their disk a little bit because that out of every trial that they did, when their disk was accidentally dirty, that's when they were finding that they could do it better. and they were like, hang on. So they made it really dirty and put it into the Xbox, and they were doing the glitches consistently, and it was still reading the game good. And then
come on,
they reached out to the dude who originally posted this this speed run. This is like my favorite part. They originally reached out to this guy on Discord, and then they asked him, yo, is your game disc like kind of messy, like gross? And then he sent back a picture, and he's like, as a matter of fact, yeah, I picked up a weird habit when I was a kid of licking the disc to clean it.
You know, I was thinking it was about to be some big brain gamer play, but nah.
Bro. No shot.
Because this guy licked his fucking discs.
Quite literally cavemaned it.
As a habit. Because he licked his fucking discs, he discovered you consistently pull off this glitch.
I can taste SpongeBob
with this certain drive. And after that, it literally this technique got named after this guy, and people started submitting runs where they made their discs really dirty. They just licked all over it and made it gross and stuck it in their Xboxes.
Oh god, ew.
Dude,
it's the duality of gamers,
I
man.
fucking love all of you.
Dude, it's the duality of gamers. You've got the super smart gamers who went and tracked down the literal piece disk drive inside that person's singular console, and then you have the guy going, I just licked the disc a lot when I was younger.
Any detail, they were not skipping over any details at all. They were determined
they were going
to find out why
to win.
Because this guy, he claimed that they were legit runs, 100%.
Yeah.
There were people who were like, "There's no way you're lying. There's no way to do that shit."
Liar.
And there were some people who were like, I mean, if this guy's so, if he's so adamant about it being legit, then maybe we should try to figure out how it could be legit and really try to figure this out.
Yeah, I used this little SpongeBob disc as my dinner plate when I was 7, and then I licked the plate clean. Happened for 4 months straight. I can taste Patrick and his rock.
I think it's crazy that the speedrunners, a lot of the times, speedrunners find skips intentionally looking for them, but a lot of the time as well, skips will just be found at random, just playing the game.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what happens to us whenever we play a game. We just, we'll run into a certain spot and we'll fall through the ground somewhere and we'll have no clue how to recreate that.
When it comes to us, we don't get speed running type of glitches. We just get
the fuck you type
kind of glitches.
We'll get the one
James
random.
Can't go without breaking a game.
We get the one random rounded edge on a platform, with an unlucky roll, and we roll off the side and die. Then we do the same thing again, and the platform is fixed. Those are the type of bugs we get.
Or we just have shit happening like
with me and Witcher, freaking Geralt's staircase to the stars. He was just walking normally inside a sewer and just started climbing up stairs that didn't exist, and then went on for a couple of minutes.
The first time I ever played The Witcher 3, I never played too much of it, but I played it back when it was still fairly new.
It's a fun game.
And there was a glitch that for some reason when you would walk out of a building, a tavern or something, Geralt's face would be stuck in a weird position, and his axe would be floating around through his body, just going back and forth and being weird, and his face is glitching out and being weird. He's all squinting and his mouth is open.
Yeah.
It was weird ass shit like that would happen, where the code's wrong.
Just lost it, yeah.
It just it fucks up the information and then translates it weird.
Well, and
actually, because of speedrunners, I actually understand why glitches happen way more just because they understand the technical aspect of it. That's partly why they can pull them off so consistently.
Well, and like my glitches are normally not like they're not game breaking. When everybody was having problems with
not
Cyberpunk,
normally.
my only problem glitch wise that I had that like wasn't speedrunning s because I duplicated a lot of money in Cyberpunk on the Xbox. There was a duplication glitch that was the one I could pull off consistently. Basically,
duplication glitches are usually easy to be able to learn.
Consistency.
But the only one that I got that was like it wasn't game breaking, but it affected the game a little bit, was like my character's hair was just stretching through the floor. I would look down and I would look like Cousin It from the Addams Family. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember that, but
right. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about some of our P-Brain listeners. But
like me.
Well, you're not listening. You're a part of it, so you're a P-Brain portion.
Oh.
But I would look down and the hair would just be stretching forever through the ground, and it's because I pet a cat. I think that's the only thing I did before that happened. And then
probably my favorite thing about video games is when this shit happens to us.
It's so fun.
Like literally, I was watching my brother play Uncharted. Ooh. He was playing Uncharted 2.
Oh, good
and he was
game.
He was like going through ruins, like shooting at people. And dude, I swear to God, the second I turn towards the screen, because I'm talking to my mom, but then the second I look away from her and look towards the screen, my brother shoots one guy and he falls over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes behind cover and then reloads and then goes to shoot another guy who was right where that guy was, like right where his body fell. And you know how sometimes they have the animation of them like slipping backwards?
Yeah, kind of like falling back.
And like their legs like fly out and like their backs hit the ground first.
Yes.
Well, this dude, like this NPC that my brother had shot, that was shooting at him, he died, did that animation, and his foot from that animation of kicking upwards kicked the body of the guy my brother shot first and kicked him out through the doorway.
Just sent him going.
But like it was like
Ragdoll's awesome too.
He kicked this guy over a countertop. Like, this guy went like 6 feet into the air from this body and just kicking backwards and dying and like kicking it up like a soccer ball.
Dude, that's probably one of the other things that I love with video games is ragdoll effects. Oh, they're just so fun. You step in, you kill a guy, and they just sort of crumple like a Gmod character. Falls forward.
That's just good. Thank you for that.
No problem. I'll be here for another 20 minutes. But with one of the speedruns I could never fully watch because it actually actively gave me a headache was, I think, Portal 2. Oh, dude.
I don't know how people would be able to play that.
Have you seen those?
Loved that game so much.
Portal 2, the game itself is great, but the speedruns?
Yeah.
You just don't understand what the hell is going on.
That's with Portal 1, I would say. With Portal 2, it's a little bit more understandable.
Well, yeah, because there's less.
It's a little more.
It's more of a story in Portal 2.
You can see what's happening. But with Portal 1 is where.
Yeah, that's the one you showed me.
For like 3/4 of the time, they're just looking at black voids and shooting at walls in directions.
Yeah, in random directions.
And then they just end up at the end of the level, and you're like, what?
Where? Who?
Like they literally glitched themselves like into like a little corner, shooting like one portal and then another portal at a corner, and then glitched themselves into the wall. And then you just see them in this black void, and they look up and shoot, look over and shoot, and then look over again and shoot and move, and then shoot again, and then they're just at the end elevator, and
they're freaking 20 levels away. You're going, what's going on?
And then they beat the game in under 10 minutes, and it's crazy.
Yeah, that one has always been nuts to me to watch. Is the Portal ones, but the problem is they actually give me a headache, and it sucks. Because it's just there's so much going on.
You're literally over here like, bro, I'm just trying to watch this.
Original Portal.
Please, bro.
Can't even is like he's a fucking cracked ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, I would not watch
speedrunner.
An original like a Portal 1 speedrunner if you have any sort of epilepsy. I would not watch that. No. That would definitely trigger it.
Because it's flashing between bright like
blue and orange.
Well, not even that. I was gonna say it's flashing between like a brightly lit like lab area that's all white and then dark void. So it's literally going black and white like back and forth.
Yeah, that's and then they fire into the void. Yeah, dude, no, it's just, oof. They're cool to watch, but then I can't continue watching them because of my head. The other things I like to watch though sometimes is whenever people break games, like break them in the way that the developers put these items in there on purpose, but they didn't expect them to be used in that way, which is kind of like the whole shield run thing that I sent you. Because it's just to think about combining those items together in that way to make that work. Like, ring this little bell for this buff, but if you fall off a rock while ringing the bell, it becomes permanent until you die. And I'm like, And then next thing you know, you get that damage buff, and now you're using these shields, and they do the same amount of damage as a normal weapon. And it's like, what's going on? Because just breaking games is fun to watch. Because I know I wouldn't be able to enter the commands to actually do that, or do the dedication to get it done right.
Oh, dude, it literally takes having knowledge of like beating the game like over 100 times.
Yeah, well, like
pretty much before you're like a good consistent
the speedrun techniques in my playthrough of the first Dark Souls. I did one at your house.
Speedrun techniques are a different thing. Like learning certain speedrun techniques can be learned.
Yeah,
but when you're learning like more than one of those techniques, and even like the techniques that are like frame perfect, and like you're like, well, turn on my webcam and do another 10-hour stream of the same game.
Fucking up this singular portion and having to restart.
But yeah, like there's people literally just like stream like 10 hours a day, just practicing speedrunning.
And then they read the chat better times, and they just keep going. Dude, it's like I watched a Subnautica speedrun recently. I think
those are fun to watch.
I think it's only like 20 minutes long, if that.
Yeah, I remember when the record speed was like 40 minutes. Now it's like it's been shaved down to like 30.
It is like that. At the moment. The former world record at the moment is 30 minutes 52 seconds.
Oh, that's what it was.
The new personal best for this guy's any percent Subnautica speedrun is 31 minutes 56 seconds. But now, I don't know if he's trying to do some other ones. I want to, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can find the world record for the Subnautica one.
Dude, I know I wanted.
Oh, here we go.
I thought it'd be pretty cool to try speedrunning Spider-Man.
It happened yesterday.
Cool.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Survival any percent, 30 minutes 25 seconds.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, Subnautica is weird because where you spawn in at actually is a determining factor a little bit, as well as RNG.
Minecraft.
Well. RNG, yes, but where you spawn is pretty similar.
Well, I mean, it's always the same map.
Yeah.
And the starting point is the same starting point, but you start out in a random spot in that area, and you could spawn closer to the better resources than not, which is, or to like the different biomes. It really depends on where you're positioned at. Could be like a faster run or a slower run.
Yeah.
But the RNG also comes in with trying to get blueprints and shit, and you have to get the right blueprints like as fast as you can, and you have a few spots that you know to look at, but there's never going to be a guarantee.
Yeah.
So like with Subnautica speedrunning, you have to actually get lucky with it.
I just went to look at the creative glitched speedruns for Subnautica. The in-game time is 5 minutes 21 seconds for the any percent creative speedrun.
Yeah, but that's literally just speedrunning building the rocket with materials the game is giving you.
Yeah, but you can't. Well, you have to still grab the materials, I think. But like, if you go,
oh, you have to go grab them.
Yeah, you still have to grab some. So there's like some rules for the creative one, I think.
5 fucking minutes that dude did that.
Yeah.
He went down to the like lava area, like 1,200 meters down.
Probably.
And got back up to build a spaceship in 5 minutes.
All right.
What? So, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, here we go.
I think it'd be pretty fun to try to speedrun Castlevania.
If you use any of the like dev commands at all, that's you've disabled. You're not disabled. You've invalidated your run. No mods. Your freedom mode has to be off. You cannot pick up time capsules.
Yeah. Time capsules would be cheating. Yeah. Time capsules.
Using render failure to go out of bounds or skip progression. That's off. Dying during portal animations to access the life pod fabricator. This strat becomes unreliable or impossible without external interference on some hardware due to the portal load being too fast to interact with the fabricator or to collect the result. Whoever did that new like 30 minutes 25 seconds has not submit their run in for their survival any percent, but they did it. So it's on YouTube, so it's public, so if they actually went to submit it, they probably could. You were saying Castlevania?
Oh, I was just saying it would probably be fun to try to speedrun that. I linked a couple of videos because you mentioned that Portal speedruns melt your brain. Well, if they melt your brain, can imagine what it must do to the brains of the people who built the fucking game.
Yeah, right? I think that's the video you showed me.
Well, I just sent you a video of the developers reacting to multiple speedruns, and I also sent you the same speedrunner answering the questions that the developers had.
Yeah, you showed me the one where the developers reacted to the speedrun, like to the speedrun.
Yeah.
You didn't show me the one where
I haven't seen the explanation one though, which that'll be interesting to watch. So I'll actually get to see a little bit of what's happening.
So turns out, Travis, that last week there was a brand new world record speedrunner for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The Alucard portion just has a brand new world record for, a week ago. It is 16 minutes, 33 seconds, and 150 milliseconds.
Neat.
The same dude has two
yeah, Dragon Blitz is basically like the main Castlevania speedrunner on YouTube.
I mean, it makes sense.
The only one really posting shit anymore on it.
He's on the top of all of the speedrunner portions.
Yeah.
The only one he's not on the top is for Richter's portion, and Maria.
Which, by the way, that Richter one was posted 7 years ago, He's still posting shit. Dragon Blitz.
Oh, he got 4 months ago. He put a new Richter speedrun, which is 5 minutes 42 seconds. Man, dude, I still can't believe that some people beat these games that fast, man. But then again, if you enjoy it that much, dude, go for it. You know.
I was gonna say, honestly, I fucking wish I enjoyed something half as much as they must enjoy these games.
I wish I enjoyed something. At this point, I just want to enjoy anything.
I just want to be happy. Well, I mean,
at this point, bro, it was a straight vibe.
Like, I mean, I like replaying video games that I have played before and that I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially story games, but like, after a while, you know, like after I'm like, I haven't experienced this story in a while and I want to experience it again.
There's some games that I'm totally cool with going in again and again and again, and I don't really get tired of it.
Right, Castlevania for me is one of those games where I could just, you could put it in front of me and I would start playing it.
That was like, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see that. That's probably gonna be me with the Wolverine game coming out.
Oh, dude, same.
Right now, like Tomb Raider, Dark Souls 3, and Uncharted are games that I constantly play over and over. Like, I don't know. I just keep coming back to them. They're fun.
Literally, bro.
Because, like, at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I mean, that's why we're doing this, because we actually enjoy this. Well, at least I do.
Right.
I can't speak for the other two.
You're the only one, bro. You don't want to be here right now.
I mean, it has its moments, and we're still, like, early on in this shit, too.
Yeah, and at the same time...
Like, we're nowhere near even where we, like, envisioned we would be doing this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But...
The baby steps.
I do think, though, the struggle we're going through with this actually kind of adds a little bit of character to the channel. Adds a little bit of character to it. You know, show that obviously we all got problems. We're all people. We got problems. That's just how it goes. But it keeps it fun.
Significantly worse than yours.
You know, like I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I told Brandon this. I definitely didn't tell Travis. Yesterday I got caught while on my phone at work. And the one time I got caught this time was on something actually important. I was checking up on some of my my projects and the channel. I was checking the emails because I think I got one, and I was just making sure it wasn't anything important. And as I'm checking it, I just hear, okay, before I continue, these two know, but I can be a bit of a smartass at times. It's in my nature. Yeah.
It's in the family gene.
So I didn't really see who it was who came up to me, and I was checking it, and I was putting my phone away, and all I hear is like, is that about work? And I went, kinda, yeah. Just straight up. And then I looked over, it's the boss of my boss. And she goes, well, we can't be doing that at work. And I'm like, I don't think they heard me go, kinda, yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah, I don't think they heard me go, kinda, yeah, as I put it away.
What?
But yeah, that was...
I'm gonna choose not to hear that.
Right?
Choose to ignore that.
I'm gonna elect to ignore what you just said.
Seeing as that was a stupid-ass comment, I've elected to ignore it.
Bro, I mean, hey, I've roasted my manager right in front of him, so...
Oh, yeah, but see, the difference being is, like...
but that's your manager.
Yeah, my supervisor is cool, but not the boss of my supervisor, you know?
I was gonna say...
They're a bit more, business-oriented.
Like, your supervisor can be a cool person, but the supervisor of your supervisor usually isn't.
Yeah.
Because your supervisor is still an employee. He may be above you, but he's your employee. He's still an employee of the company.
Yeah.
The supervisor is usually, like, the owner. Like, like maybe the proprietor or one of the partners.
Actually, it's not even that.
One of the dudes
at my work. But Travis has a right idea on his shoulders.
Well, like, even still, idea. He's making more money and he's caring more about money.
Yeah, like
So you not working is them not making money.
Yeah. Well. See, the problem being is like when the machines are running, they're running, and I can't sit there, look at the machine, and go faster, damn it, and kick the machine. It doesn't work.
Right.
But, with like at work, I just sort of I feel the need to do something, so I'm like constantly fidgeting. I've got ADHD because I feel like I'm wasting time sitting there. That's why I bring my sketch pad and I bring my little notepad to jot down notes on either project if I come up with any.
My sketchy pad.
And
I do that at home.
And so but it's like a 3-step system. You got the somewhat owner of the building, and then beneath them is another person, and then beneath that person is my supervisor. So it's a 3-step kind of thing. And somewhere in between, another like supervisor manager person steps in. So it's like there's a lot of levels, but I just didn't think it was going to be that person. Oops. Then again, I'm not too worried because I quite thoroughly enjoy doing this, and any more time that I get to do this stuff would be awesome. It'd be great. I'm looking forward to that.
She says, we're not supposed to be doing that, and you're just like, I don't recall asking. Immediately fired.
I mean, immediately. Yeah, I get hit with the band hammer.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to work here anymore.
Dude, when did I ask, though?
Dude, that's what I said to my coworker. I didn't say that exact thing. I said something along the same lines.
Bro, I literally say that to people I work with like every day.
Yeah, but difference being is the people you work with are around your age. The people I work with are like 60. So I literally can't just go, cool, but did I ask? Like, I can say that to one of my other coworkers who's really chill. He's cool.
Right.
But
like the person that trained me is only 2 years older than me.
Yeah, see? So. The person who trained me is at least 40 years older than me. So there's a good bit of difference there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a smidgen.
Like, but I literally went up to he was just behind us saying stuff. I was like, dude, that's crazy. When did I ask? And he looked at me. He's like, you know what? You know what?
You know what? I should reprimand you for that, but I'm not gonna.
You know what? I'm docking your pay.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? That's a write-up. You know what?
You know what? I'm taking one of your pinkies as payment.
You know what? I'm taking this one up to corporate.
You know what? I'm gonna call the manager. I'm gonna call the owner. I'm sorry. This is too much.
Yeah, I'll have to call the owner of this one. I'm sorry, dude. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to take a day off of sick leave for a mental health day.
Yep. You've hurt me to the core. it's so. Earlier today, my coworker and I nailed another coworker with a "you're gay" joke, so that was fun.
Oh, nice.
We caught him on the "you're gay" portion.
Nice.
Well, so I don't even know if they. I think they listen to the podcast here and there. So if they, hi.
You know who you are.
You know who you are if you do listen to this. But they were bringing these bins into the room, and my coworker, the guy who trained me, was lifting like 8 of these bins and having no problem. And of course, I had to point it out to the younger one, going, "He's outdoing you, man. You got to step up your game." So he immediately puts his foot in front of the bins and stops the guy from moving. And then, as he carries his 4 bins to the thing, the older gentleman goes, "You should go to the gym." I do go to the gym. That's why I'm walking funny. He goes, oh, I thought you were just that kind of weird. And walks off. Either he called him weird or he called him queer. I don't
Probably
know.
called him queer.
Whichever one,
Whichever, but it works.
absolutely dumbass.
That's funny.
Destroyed.
He probably called him queer. That's really funny.
Yeah. I was laughing about with that for far too long because him and I the three of us have the same sort of sense of, yes, let's just rip into each other with no problems. So, you know, if the opening is there, you take it. You seize that moment.
Which is funny. You don't. It's not often that you see that kind of sense of humor in somebody who's older.
Yeah, right? That's what surprised me more. You know, like
There aren't enough cool old guys.
yeah, well, even with my supervisor, I've ripped into myself going, "Ah, damn, I go like it's like I think yeah, okay. I got it now. I had this cardboard box that was full of stuff. It was more than 80 pounds. And I had it on a dolly. And we were supposed to toss it out. And for some reason, I went to lean the dolly back, even though beforehand I knew that the stuff would lean forward because it's too heavy. You need to grab it and hold it while the dolly is leaning back. And I just levered the stuff onto the floor and let it all spill out. And I looked at the ground, I looked at it and went, wow, I must be a special kind of stupid. And the supervisor comes around and goes, mm-hmm, yeah, looks like you are. And just keeps going. And I'm like, okay, all right.
My God, yeah, I wasn't asking for your opinion, bro.
You know, I loaded the thing up, and then obviously with that, I have to tell the story of I missed the door handle when my dad needed me to grab something from his room. I missed the door handle, punched the door and headbutt it and fell over. So that kind of...
Dude, you gotta be careful with that. My uncle broke his wrist that way.
Oh, I did that like years ago.
You broke your wrist on door frame?
To me.
No, I just smashed my hand into the door and my head and I fell over. And I get my dad yelling from the kitchen, who watched the whole thing, going, damn boy, you could be an engineer. And he just looked at me on the ground. So that was that was another moment.
Yeah, no, my uncle broke his wrist on a door frame.
Bro, can you imagine that guy?
I went to grab the doorknob and missed. Yeah. And I hit the door. I just full punched the door.
Yeah, that's basically what my uncle did, but he hit the door frame.
I think
broke his wrist.
Yeah, I think our doors have a bit more give though than his would have, because one door has had a broken door frame for years. So there's a lot of give on that. There was a lot of give on that door. I think they fixed it. So, but no, I have a lot of moments like that. I mean, I did the stupidest thing this week too. I went to wash my hands because they get covered in dust after dealing with what I have to deal with at the end of the cleanup portion of the day. And the door was unlocked because I was just washing my hands. So I dried my hands off. I grabbed the door handle, locked the door, tried to open it and walk out. I walked into the door and went, what the hell? Why did I lock the door? Like, I'm stupid.
Yeah, bro, that's kind of dumb, not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep 100% with you, homie. That's stupid.
Yeah,
that type of stupid doesn't just happen. I'm sorry.
You're born with it.
No, I mean, it happens to me.
Well, that's understandable.
I do stupid, dude. I will.
Brandon, you slipped and headbutt a freaking hand dryer at Disney, okay? So I don't know if you have room to talk.
Shut up.
Yeah, because you got a brain injury from it.
Concussion from it.
Dummy.
Speaking of concussions, Travis, here to tell
Yeah, don't
you
make fun of me, or I'll give you another one.
We can hit you in the head with a volleyball.
Yeah, we were playing volleyball.
Bro.
We were playing volleyball, and you know, like, it was pretty competitive, but it was fun. Like, everybody was having a good time.
We having a good time.
Nobody was really angry at each other. Like there wasn't any hate or
No
anything going
hostilities.
around or
There wasn't
saltiness.
any hostility.
No, like there wasn't any hostility at all. So someone tosses the ball up in front of me. Like we were done getting like everybody was getting their waters and starting to head inside.
Yeah.
The only people who were still sitting there in their spots in front of the net, for some reason, was me and Brandon. And someone like talked or like
it's because we went to go grab the volleyball because it was just bouncing there. We're like, well,
That's what
I
it
guess
was.
nobody else is gonna get it.
Well, yeah, but like, why was it bouncing though? Who threw it?
I don't remember. All I know is that it was there.
Somebody threw it, and it was bouncing, and then I just went to hit it. I literally just went to smack it, and I spiked it into the side of Brandon's head.
And it literally gave him a concussion.
Yeah, and I'm built a little
He
stupid.
literally had to go to the doctor and stay awake for several hours. Like that
Yeah,
was
when I hit you, I initially thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Like I laughed so hard, but like
I mean,
10 minutes
definitely it's
later,
funny. And then
10, 15 minutes later, when you were like, all right, the headache I got's kind of getting worse. I was like, oh no.
It's
I was like, oh fuck, I feel so
Imagine
bad.
having to explain it to the doctor.
Oh,
bro. It's
fuck.
like, yes, I was playing volleyball, right? And this dude who's like 2 times smaller than me, bro,
spiked the
Inside
ball.
the
this volleyball
The size
just
is
straight
not-
into my face, bro.
It's about the girth.
All right, sizes matter when it comes to like weight division in like boxing, but in like
Just spiking people in the face, bro.
When I'm using
I was
my
gonna say, but,
cannon
like,
arms against a
a
2'4"
smaller
person.
who knows like jujitsu could probably like fuck you up and throw you on your back pretty easily.
Oh man,
It's
Teen
it's not
Gohan,
about
don't go
the,
for my legs.
It's not about the physical like strength aspect. It's literally like they just use their body as
Technique.
leverage to throw you on your ass. Their body and your body.
Yeah.
And
Well-
just because of like how physics works, it's hard to defend against, even if you're like 150 pounds bigger than the person throwing you. So like if that person was like smaller than me, like person smaller than me could still probably fuck y'all up with jujitsu.
Probably. Yeah, because it's all
for
leverage.
sure.
But if you guys
Yeah,
enjoyed this
They're crazy.
little podcast we do, then enjoy the other content we have on this channel. Writhing, a variety from 2 video games that we're still trying to record. But
And
If you-
another
if you're
tool
watching
that
this
we
on
forgot
YouTube-
about that we had.
well, if you're watching this on YouTube, then there's a playlist with all of these in it. This should be number 20. And then I've made playlists for all the other episodes as well of the different games, and we do have this up on Spotify. So, if you liked, I said that wrong. If you enjoyed, like the video and subscribe.
If you like, enjoy.
Do you like
If
and
you like
enjoy?
this,
Yep.
enjoy it.
I'm good at this. I swear. It's okay. See you
That's a
guys
call.
next time.
Cut the cat. Cut the cat.